Yo, what's good? So another very good show by Lucha Underground. I say very good show and not great because this wasn't as good as other shows. Besides the main event, nothing was really great. Nothing really. Well, things stood out. There was still feuds being built. Characters, wrestlers getting momentum, but not one of their best show. I would give this show a B, but it was still a really, really good show. It would probably be like an 87, 88. So, not a bad show in any sense of the word. One thing that got me really excited is that Aztec Warfare is in 3 weeks. Aztec Warfare is like a tournament where they're going to decide the number one contender for Mil Muertes' Lucha Underground title. So, I can't wait for that. And I'm sure they're going to go out with all the matches. Is going to be awesome in 3 weeks, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait till the matchups. I cannot wait till the matches, and I can't wait till the stories that are going to get built up for that time. Let's get started. The first match was King Cobra. I was going to say Cobra Moon versus Sexy Star. I was like, all right, we're going to get a good women's match. This match was okay. Both women showed what they can do. But also, it was kind of sloppy at times when they were warming up. It wasn't really smooth. They didn't transition into moves that well, and I don't know how long this match went, but it was more about building up the story. The second match was also more about building up the story, but it was a better match. So the Mac came out, and as we know, the Mac saw Sexy Star running through the hall, and was like. And the Mac was like, who did this to you? She said, Moth. And he's like, what? Moth, I'll kill him. She's like, no, not Moth. Her. And he was like, whoa. He made these crazy eyes. But that's why it was interesting that she came out. And it was her first match in Season 2. Which was good. And they had a solid match. But Moth came out. He started looking with this creepy ass look. Creepy dude. The Moth is a creepy dude. He's creepy by design, though. He's just doing his purpose. And when Sexy Star saw him, she froze. She was doing well. She just froze. And Cobra Moon got her from behind, did the Cobra Sleeper, and tapped. She tapped out. And Matt Striker was pointing out that this was the first time she had tapped out in Lucha Underground, or at least this was the first time they had seen her tap out. And she has been wrestling for men, so that says a lot. And I didn't mention this, but the first vignette of the show was actually Mil Muertes talking to Katrina, and she said, "Why do you have?" This is the first time I've heard Mil Muertes talk. Honestly, he talks like a Mexican. He talks like a Mexican-born American, right? He has a little bit of an accent. Maybe you guys hear that in me. I don't know, but he has a bit of a thick accent, not really thick, but he has somewhat of a Mexican accent. And he's like, why? Why do you have them facing each other? Talking about Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr. When I could destroy them all, I'm the king of this Lucha Underground. And he grabs her by the neck and he says, give me them. Give me them. And she's like, no. And she disappears. And it's like, ah! So that was pretty cool. A few vignettes after the Divas, the women's match was Famous B appears again, and I didn't mention this in my review. I actually mentioned it in my description from last episode, where he's like a used car salesman, a total used car salesman look of the camera and the camera angle and all that. He's like, learn to be a better wrestler today, and they're these both dudes with a mask, and he's just like, boo, 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 just beating them up. A lot of fun stuff. And what a way to transition, Lucha Underground. El Dragon Azteca is watching that commercial. Great transition, man. I gotta applaud you guys for that transition. Awesome transition. Dragon Azteca's watching that commercial, and Rey Mysterio turns it off. He's like, no time for TV, it's time for training. So they do their little taekwondo or karate stuff, and he punches him in the mouth, and he's like, "Why? What do you have me doing this?" And I think he's like he's gonna debut soon or something like that. It's just having us getting excited for Dragon Azteca and possibly a Rey Mysterio debut. Ooh, maybe they're gonna debut during Aztec Warfare. That'd be cool as hell, man. Next match, Prince Puma versus Pentagon Jr. Now, this match did tell a story, but it was still a very good match, man. But these guys can't disappoint, and I've decided that my favorite wrestler in Lucha Underground, or my favorite luchador, I should say, is Pentagon Jr., man. He is the evil dude, the dark side, kind of like The Undertaker. I've always liked these dark gimmicks like The Undertaker or Kane or Mankind. And Pentagon Jr., the Cero Miedo! That's my favorite wrestler in Lucha Underground today. And the fans are digging him, man. The fans love it. Cero Miedo! And even Prince Puma acknowledged him, and he's like, would give Pentagon Jr. sign to them. Awesome match, man. High flying match. Prince Puma was something else, man. He ran and did a dive, and midway through the dive, he did a moonsault. This guy is a spectacular athlete. So, almost the end of the match, Mil Muertes comes out, and he goes walking down the stairs. And Pentagon sees him and starts trying to attack him, and he couldn't. Mil Muertes gets him down, and he starts beating the shit out of both Pentagon and Prince Puma, and he just beats them both up, grabs them both by the neck like this. They're both facing his back, and drops them both on their faces, and he just left them. And when he came back from commercial, he's talking to Katrina, and she's like, I see, that's what you gotta do. And he says, I want them in a match, because I'm the king of Lucha. So something like, he didn't say exactly that, but he's basically saying that in a sense that, why are these guys wrestling each other when I should be the one destroying them? And it just zooms in on Katrina's face. Man, she's so hot. It just zooms in on her face like if she's contemplating something. I'm thinking that she might betray Mil Muertes or something's fishy. Something fishy's going on with her. Maybe a turn. Maybe a face turn with her. I don't know. But man, the main event, that's where it's at. Phoenix versus King Cuerno in a ladder match. No freaking way this could disappoint. And it didn't, man. Vampiro throughout was like, this is so violent. And it was. They were hitting each other with the ladder, man. Slamming each other on the ladder. Phoenix. Oh, sorry. Phoenix took some big bumps on the ladder. I'm honestly just can't remember right now. I have terrible memory, guys. King Cuerno threw him into the audience, and he put him on a chair, and he leg dropped him on a chair. Ooh, I think the biggest spot of this match was when they're on top, and they grab the metal that the title's held on, and the ladder falls off. And the referee comes up, throws the ladder, places the ladder out of the way so they don't fall on the ladder. My beef with that is, why doesn't he just set them up so the wrestlers could get down safely? But that's a nitpick. They both fall from the top of from where the titles are. They both fall onto the ground, and that's the gnarliest spot of the match. And that was brutal. And even I think it was like 5 minutes before the match ended, Vampiro was like, "Oh, I'm out. I can't handle this." This match was so violent. Vampiro stopped commentating, man, and it really was a brutal match. The fans were loving it. Matt Striker and Vampiro were loving it, of course. And the match ended when King Cuerno put the table himself into the ring, and he tried to suplex Phoenix onto the table, but Phoenix managed to get out of that and drop King Cuerno onto the turnbuckle, and Phoenix did his thing, man. Phoenix is such a good athlete. So many good athletes on this show. He walked on the ropes, jumped from the bottom rope to the top rope, and did a Hurricane Rana onto King Cuerno through the table, man. And he goes up and wins the title. I really didn't think that Phoenix would regain this title. I didn't think that he was gonna win this. So there's always a surprise in Lucha Underground, and there's always a sense that anything could happen, that anything could win. In the first episode of this season, King Cuerno won the gift of it's not the Lucha Underground title, I'm sorry, it's the Gift of the Gods title. And this title guarantees a title shot against Mil Muertes. And King Cuerno was trying to get that title shot last week, but Katrina's like, no, you're gonna be in this ladder match against the Phoenix, and I hope you could fly. And apparently he couldn't fly as good as Phoenix. Phoenix took an ass beating this match. And that's why I really didn't think he would win, and I didn't think they would give him back the title. But if anyone deserved to win that match, it was Phoenix. Both of these men put their bodies on the line, and they had a great match. And another really, really good match. The only reason I didn't give this show an A is because the story of the first two matches kind of interfered with what could have been. I think if the focus was more on the matches in the Cobra Moon and the Pentagon Junior matches, they could have been very good. They still were very good, but they could have been better. But I understand that you need to build a story. You need to give me a reason to keep watching. And no doubt, Sexy Star being scared of the Moth and the Moth coming out and the Mat coming out during that match, no doubt that's telling me a story. No doubt Mil Muertes coming out and beating the hell out of Prince Puma, and especially Pentagon Jr., who broke his arm. Oh, Mil Muertes had the sling and he just takes it off and he beats the hell out of Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr. So I guess he's all the way healed. He's all the way healed from his arm. So that's why I still give it a B. I still give it a B plus, but not an A, because the first match was a bit sloppy, and the second match, if they had given it 2 minutes, it really could have been more spectacular than it could have. But those are just nitpicks. Another very good show on Lucha Underground. Thanks everybody for watching, and please subscribe. Have a great day.